Hey, how's it going, everybody? I'm Zach Teller, back with another video. And today, we're going to talk about something I don't talk about a whole ton. Why you see me stream the game all the time, but a lot of people are making videos about is Fortnite dying. And is this the end of Fortnite? And reasons I'm leaving Fortnite and all that lately. And there's a lot, there's a lot of them. And I just was going to kind of give my opinion on stuff in the current state of the game. Because a lot of people are doing that lately. I know there's a lot of concern from many Fortnite players in the community, a lot of my friends as well. A lot of my friends don't even play the game anymore, and they're for a amount of reasons. And I was just going to try and kind of give my input on if I think the game's dying or what could be improved or something, or if the game, some people think the game's completely dead, which I'm going to say now, that is completely not true. This game still has hundreds of millions of players. It is still, maybe not hundreds of millions anymore, I don't know, but it still has at least, I'm going to say at least 30-40 million players. It is still a very, very active game, a very active community. A lot of people still make YouTube videos of it. A lot of people still stream it. It is not dead. Anyone who says that obviously is just a hater of the game. This game is far from dead. Now, to the other thing, is it dying? That kind of depends who you ask. I don't know the exact statistics of the player count. It's not one of those games that's like on Steam player count trackers you can't always see because it's an Epic game, so I don't know if there's even a way to find that. Are there less people playing it than there were probably a year ago? Yeah, I would probably guess so. Or from what I've seen on YouTube or my friends personally. Because my friends, I think everyone in my friend group played Fortnite a year ago. Not everyone, but probably about 80% of them did, and now it's probably about 20 or 30% of them do now. So I think it's lost a little bit of popularity. I think this season has really upset a lot of people. I think there's multiple reasons why. I think the main one is people just despise the makeshift guns. They are pretty trash. The shotgun I like, but the other stuff, the makeshift rifles, or the makeshift rifle, what's the other, primal guns, the makeshift guns are all pretty trash, or most of them at least. They're just kind of weird. And it's not like you just barely see them. It's like you don't even see regular ARs or pumps a whole ton. I think a lot of people just don't like that sudden quick change. Me personally, it hasn't bothered me a whole ton. I still have been enjoying the game, but I could definitely see for a lot of people that would annoy them, and most people I know despise the season. I haven't heard one person say this is a good season, this is a great season. I think there's a lot, and I don't know about a lot, but there needs to be some stuff that gets changed to the game. I think one thing, I think there needs to be, I've been saying this for a while, some of my friends, I haven't said it much on YouTube and stuff, but my other friends, I think games need to be 115 or 125 players instead of 100. It's just certain games, there's no one to fight mid-game. There's absolutely no one to just be walking and walking and walking. I was just playing a couple hours ago with a friend, and by the time the first zone closed, a little after, the second zone had not started coming in yet, and there's 17 people left in a duos game. Just where is everyone? I think people are dying off way too quickly. I think there either needs to be the player limit needs to be bumped to 115 or 125, or the map needs to be shrunk a little bit. I think there are some spots that could be just completely chopped off, and I think it would help the game out actually quite a bit. But there definitely needs to be either a little bit smaller of a map or the player count increase. Another thing I would say is I think skill based matchmaking is a big one for people that has irritated people a lot this chapter 2. I am personally not a big fan of it. I see kind of what they were thinking about when they want to put it in, so a brand new person didn't get absolutely shredded by like a veteran player or even an intermediate player. But I think part of the reason that Fortnite was so special, especially the first chapter mainly, was because you never knew who you were going to get in a game with. You could get put with any one of your friends. You'd be put with one of the top pro players in the world. You just never knew. Even if you didn't win, even if you won less games, but like in those chapters, because there wasn't skills matching in the iBots, it still was more satisfying. It just was a lot more cooler, and most people will tell you the same thing. So I think the skill based matchmaking is probably the biggest thing, because it's just like, I mean, I've heard that since the chapter switched over to chapter 2, and I think that's the biggest issue. But I can kind of see why they needed it. In a sense, I don't. If I had to pick one to say yes or no on it, I would personally say no. I just think there are other ways to help new players out. Or maybe for like their first 10 or 20 games or so, put them in like practice lobbies with not as such skilled players or rookie players or some AI bots more. I just do not like how it is anymore, personally. It's not like horrendous, I don't think, but it's just, I'm just not a big fan of AI bots, especially if I'm playing with some friends. Say we're doing squads, like me and maybe one of my friends I will say I'm a pretty good player. I'm not a pro player, but I mean, I still rank decently in tournaments and still get a good amount of wins and kills because I've been playing this game for 3.5 years. But if I play with some of my other friends who barely touch this game in like squads, it's every fight's like an AI bot. If I play with certain groups of friends, and it ruins the experience to play with certain friends. That's one of the reasons I'm not a big fan of it. Another one, too, I think there's so many people that do not like skill-based matchmaking. I mean, you look at all the complaint videos it's across the board. It's not just one group of players, the competitives, pros, casuals, rookies. It's not. It's everyone. So many people do not like it. So I think that's something that if you took it out, I think a lot more people, I know a lot of people would be happy. Another thing is I think there needs to be more variety with the LTMs. I mean, right now, yeah, they got the creative stuff. That's cool, and we are getting some of these. But I think if they could have a few more LTMs switch in and out of there, and and get rid of Team Rumble. Absolutely, no one likes Team Rumble, and I know a lot of people aren't saying this, but I think they should bring like 50-50 or teams of 20 back. That is a lot more fun than Team Rumble. I love those game modes. I mean, we haven't seen those game modes in a year and a half. I mean, we haven't seen any of those 50-50 or teams of 20 in all of Chapter 2. So that's one thing I really would like to see return. But overall, do I think this game is dead? No, far from it. There is still a very, very active community and still has millions and millions and millions of players. And I get in a game so quickly and fill up. Excuse me. Is it dying? It's hard to say. I think it's losing a bit of the player base, but I don't know if I'd say like it's drastically dying. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. I think there just needs to be a player increase. Even if you add like another 15 players in there or 25, or the map needs to cut some of the corners off or something. I think the map's just a bit too big for the amount of players it is. I mean, really only have people, Lazy Lake, 15, 20 people are going to drop there every game. Then Pleasant, probably like 10, 15. It's really like Lazy, Pleasant, Misty, which are like the main three, I would say, right now. Or, well, I guess some of the new, like the Bony Burbs and stuff got some, but really there's only like 4 or 5 POIs that seem to get a good amount of players, and everywhere else is just pretty dead, or maybe one other person. So I just think the map's a bit too big for what the amount of players it is right now. I think there also is gonna be that kind of group of people that are always gonna try and say Fortnite's dying or is a dead game or is a trash game, because it's just some people. It's kind of a cool thing to kind of do, the trash talk Fortnite. But really, there are a lot of people that still play this game. I have still a good amount of my friends that play it. I play it all the time. Has it been a perfect game? No, not at all. But it has been a very consistent game. Especially, I mean, I haven't. Yes, I have taken some long breaks from this game for the 3.5 years I've been playing. I've been playing since December of 2017, season 1. I'm in. I still have a lot of fun playing it. I really do. I know a few of my friends still do. But I think there needs. I think another thing too is I think the map needs to be changed up a bit. I think a lot of people just want the old map spots back. Not that the new ones are bad. They're just. I think there's so much that nostalgia. I mean, some of it is the nostalgia factor, but I think if you were to bring some of those older POIs back, like Greasy Grove, Tilted Towers, Lucky Landon, Fatal Fields, and stuff like that, I think a lot more players would flock back to the game. But overall, do I think the game is dead? No. I think it still has a very active community. I still have a lot of fun playing with it. I think the guns this season are pretty bad, but I don't think it's a horrible season. I think there needs to be some changes, definitely, for sure. But I'm not going to sit here and complain and act like the game's awful when I play as much. I mean, I don't think it's awful. I mean, I have made some great friends on this game. I have made so many memories over the last 3.5 years on this game. I mean, I have been up late playing this game so many nights and just spent so many days playing this game with friends. I mean, some of the best memories I've had. I mean, this is weird, or funny, maybe but some of the best memories I've had growing up are playing this game with friends. Because it means it's provided so many memories and fun moments for me. So I'm not going to sit here and trash the game and act like the people at Epic are morons, because no, they aren't. Because they have provided many of us with a very fun game and a lot of memories we will cherish for the rest of our lives. Do I think there's things that can be improved on? Oh, definitely. But do I think Epic Games and everyone there are morons or something? No. I think there are some things that need to be changed. But overall, I think the game is still. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I know a lot of people are. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. I apologize for not uploading in about 2.5 weeks. I'm currently on spring break now, so I'm going to try and get some streams out and some videos out. Today was the first day of spring break for me. And yeah, thank you all very much for watching the video. Remember to drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Thank you once again, guys. See you in the next one.